Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm doing another mass making session, and we are going to be using some very boring book pages, sturdy enough for, you guessed it, pockets, but you know, they're pretty boring. And we're going to be using collage sheets from Digitals. So these are some from Mandy, that's Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Just a few of her collage sheets from some of her most recent kits. There's the Daisies one. So I've just got a bunch of those printed out. Ignore my printer had a bit of a have a thing down there. And yeah, that's what we're going to make. And we're going to make really, really easy peasy book page pockets. So that's all they are, just like so. This is an Artie Mays digital, this one, but as you can see they don't need a lot of decoration because you've got all the collaging in the background. So on these I just added butterflies and labels to them, and yeah, we're going to make some of those today. So I hope that you all get some inspiration. Okie dokie, so all I'm doing is taking a book page and just simply folding it in half, and that's going to be the basis of my pocket. So it does mean you'll get pockets of different sizes if you're just using up, you know, different book pages, and you can always trim them down if we decide that, you know, some of them are a bit too big or something. So I'm not gluing up any pockets just yet. I'm just going to focus on getting the Digitals on them. Because as I say, if I want to cut them down, I want to cut and then glue, because otherwise I'll be, you know, gluing up a pocket and then potentially cutting through the, you know, the glue marks. And also it does mean you don't have to do them all as top loader pockets. You could open up some sides and have side pockets. So I'll probably try my hardest to get a little bit of a variety. So I'm just popping on the digital, like so, and all that I'm making sure of is this folded edge. I'm making sure that I won't be cutting through that, so that's going to be the edge of the digital. The rest of it can be wherever, because we can cut through those parts. We just don't want to cut through the, you know, the folded edge. So I don't know if you can tell, obviously it'll be a bit of a surprise what we get, but I'll just show you. Essentially I'm going to have this big sunflower pocket for that one, and I'm just going to basically go through and fit as many pockets onto this digital as I can, and yeah, we're just going to see what happens. But yeah, I've done quite a few of these now, and they're just a really, really quick pocket. So I'm just going to butt this up, not exactly next to the next one. There needs to be a gap for cutting. But I'm just going to pop that one there. And then where we've got the sunflowers there, I might get, if I can, I'm going to try and get sort of a narrow, tall narrow pocket out of this one. So these are, you know, as I say, different book pages. And I glued the wrong edge, so I'm just going to have to overlap that slightly onto that one, but I'm going to cut that one down anyway. So it looks like I've got 3 on that one. I could do something along there maybe, if I can get another tall narrow one, something like that maybe. Just so I want to glue, that doesn't really matter, does it? Glue this down. Oops. Just wangle that in there. So it's a little bit like Tetris on the paper, and as I say, some of the paper has white borders, so that's why we're not gluing up any pockets. We're just simply layering them up onto the collage sheet, and then, you know, when we cut them down we can then decide what we've got and go from there with the gluing. So, mass make style. So I'll do a couple of sheets with you just so that you get the idea of what I'm doing. And then I will do the rest off screen, and then I'll cut them down with you, and then we can, well, go on to the next step. So it looks like I'm going to get another sunflower. I can just about see through the digital where the borders are and where pictures are and things like that. But it's kind of like a masterboard because it's also going to be a little bit of a surprise as to what we end up getting out of it. And as I say, because I'm trying to use up the sheets, we're going to get lots of different sized pockets, lots of different types, which will be interesting. So I'll do another tall, narrow one. Just about fit that one in there. If you can hear my dog or any strange sounds, it's because I've got the door open, because it's just me today. My husband is away at a he does trade shows on the weekends sometimes, so he's at one of those today. So I leave the door open because otherwise my doggy would be on his own, which, yeah, he doesn't like being on his own. Okay, that's a bit wiggly, so I'll probably have to cut this one down even narrower, but that's fine. It will be probably a side loading pocket or something, if I could even fold it. So these are just book pages that are strong enough for folding. We don't want anything cracking or breaking on us. That's sort of, you know, what I went for. Yeah, that's kind of it. And they're just boring because, you know, there's not a lot to them really. So the idea was that I'm happy to cover them up with the digitals. I'll just move that one up a bit. There we go. So I've got another 4 on that one. So already that's going to be 8 pockets just from two sheets of paper. So I will pause there. I think you get the idea of what I'm doing. I will carry on with the last sheets that I've got, and then we'll come back and have a look at what we've got, glue them up, and then some of them will probably want a bit of extra decorating where needed. So I will see you very soon. Okay, so I've cut out the pockets that I did off screen. So as you can see, I have a whole hoard of different sizes, shapes, patterns, etc. So we'll do this sheet together. This is the sunflower one. So all it's a case of doing is just cutting out your pockets from the sheet. Now, the only thing that you have to bear in mind when you're cutting out is just to be careful with any edges that have where you folded the paper. So if you imagine that's like your spine of your journal, we don't want to cut through that if we can avoid it. If you do, it's not the end of the world. So that was a bit of a tight squeeze along that edge, but if you do cut through the spine, then it's no big deal. You can either glue the 2 bits of paper back together or glue up any holes you might have created. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you could also just turn them into belly bands, which is actually what I've done with one of mine. So I'm just gonna, you know, sort of loosely cut around all of this. So I'm just using the book page as a guide as to where to cut. So there we go, nice big pocket. Because obviously we can use the trimmer to cut them down, neaten them up and everything afterwards, but we just want to get them off of the paper to start with. So this is one I did along the edge, so I'm just cut along that spine, and as you can see you can get so many out of it, and I love that you can get all different shapes and everything. So that one I'm going to cut on the trimmer because I don't know, I've got a little bit more cutting out to do where we have the border, so I want to cut the border straight, so I'll do that one on the trimmer. Let me see if I can angle my way in here, because I did this first sheet a little bit close together, but that's just because I was really trying to maximize how many I was getting out of that paper. Now, of course, I've mentioned collage sheets that you get in digitals, or some digital kits have them. You don't have to use that. You can use anything. You can use, you know, book pages, you know, like illustrated book pages, kit pages that are not collage sheets. They'll just want decorating up a little bit more, so, you know, there'll be nice backgrounds or something. You could cover them up with a nice book page, so some nice scripty vintage text or something. Sorry if I'm off screen, I'm literally just cutting out, and I'm using blunt scissors so that I don't accidentally cut through my pocket. It allows me then to butt up right against my book page, especially that spine, without cutting through the actual book page, because I can feel with these scissors, it's why I use them all the time, even though I complain that they're blunt. I like that they're blunt, so it's not really me complaining, because I can feel when I'm cutting through things I shouldn't be. And as you can see, that's really the scraps that you get, is just, you know, the borders of the page, if there are any, and little offcuts. So I've just popped those in the bin. So I've grabbed my trimmer. Whoops-a-daisy, knocking things flying. So I'm going to find which is the spine part, so the folded part, and then I'm just gonna use that to just straighten up a little bit and just neaten up a little bit. So we'll do that. Perfect. So that's one. And it's really fun. I like using the collage sheets because you don't know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a masterboard, which is a point actually. You could probably get away with using a masterboard actually, couldn't you? Let me just make sure that's nice and straight. Where's that going there? This is a bit longer, so I want to make sure that it's definitely straight, but it's not. Okay, this will be it. Oh goodness me, I'll probably do this as like a side one, so the thumb notch will be there. I think that would be nice. Right, this is the one that wants tidying up, so I'm just gonna take off this part first of all. This is just the excess book page. This one might be too tall, so we'll see what we get. And then I just want to cut off that edge. Let's see. So again, that would be like a side tuck. It could even just be a belly band. I think I would use it as a, I don't know, one of the two. And then last one. So yeah, one A4 sheet of paper got me 4 different pockets, or 3 pockets and a belly band. There we go. And of different sizes, which is really cool. And yeah, really not much to go in the bin, which is nice as well. Okie dokie. So now we want to do the thumb notches because it's just easier before we glue them to get the punch in there. So I think I'll make this a side. So I'm just going to nip in there like so. There we are. And then I can just, and then this one's going to be a side as well. I think I'll have that one that away, I think. And then this is a side as well, so apparently on this sheet I got a lot of side ones. Oh, that was tough. nice sunflowers. And then this one I will use the smaller punch and we'll do a top one. Whoops. And I'll just do that a little bit differently actually. In terms of what is a side pocket and what's a top pocket and which punch to use, I just look at it as what I think makes sense for the paper, for what the design looks like. So if I try to explain, with those sunflowers going down there and it being quite a tall pocket, for me that just screams, you know, have it as a side pocket. This one, even though it's a little bit on the tall side, it's narrower, so I felt like that was a good top pocket. And then this one, where it's quite wide and I didn't want to cut through my sunflowers, that's why it became a side pocket, just in case anyone was wondering. And then it's just a case of gluing up the two sides to give you your pocket. So in that case we're just gluing top and bottom to give us the side one. And I do need to go around the edges where I was using the collal earlier just to get the kit page down. I just need to get some of those edges, but yeah, really simple. And as I said, some of these are not going to want hardly any decorating. So again, top and bottom for this one. And as I say, using the folded book page is just easy, but also it allows you a little bit of extra room in your pocket where you're not having to glue 3 sides, you're only having to glue 2 sides. So if anyone was wondering why I did it that way, that's why. And also for ease of use, just to get them in. And then this one is the top one, so we want to come down the side here. Oops. You have to excuse me, I'm using a new glue. So I'm trying to get used to the bottle and then along the bottom. Alrighty, how fast and easy was that? Really easy, I hope you'll agree. I am going to decorate some of these. I do not have time, unfortunately, to decorate all of them, but I'm going to pull out a few that we can decorate together. So I'll do that, and I've already pulled out a few things where I think I want to use birds on some of them. So I will just select a few and then we'll get going to the next part. Okay, let's get some decorated. So this is the pile I've gone for, and just to explain, I'm going to put these into stash because I think these will go nicely with my blue projects, and I'm going to put the daisies ones into stash because I think they'll go with, well, I want to do this type of colours, you know, with the botanical greens and stuff. So I'm going to put those away for now, and I'm just going to work with this little pile. And some of them are going to be really simple decoration because they don't want a huge amount. We're just sort of going to go through. So these, because they're quite dark backgrounds, I was thinking these would work quite well with my like autumn woodland type projects. So I've got some mushroom and botanical type stickers, so I'm hoping I can do something with those. And then really simply, I'm just thinking a label with each of them, so something like that. Possibly, I might put some washi on this one because this one tore when I was cutting it, so I might put some washi on that one. Yeah, I like that, so let's go for it. And as I say, I'll put washi on that one. The sunflowers ones, again, they're just going to want labels, so that'll be a nice quick one as well. And then I've got two, oh no, stickers! I put it in the wrong place. Hopefully I can bring this up without ripping it. It'll be really simple decorating, she says. She forgets how to use stickers. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm going to put it this way so I can try and get it straight. Yeah, and then I've got a couple that I want to do with birds. So it'll be like a bit of a collage with birds. So I've got a couple that I want to do that are like that. Right. Let's pop this label on. But yeah, that was kind of the point of using the collage sheets was, you know, they don't want a huge amount of things because you've got such an interesting background that you want to work with. You don't want to cover it all up. So, you know, really, really simple, but I'm liking how that's looking. Just press that sticker down a bit. Very cool. So put that one over there. I'm just gonna, whoop, oh goodness, stickers going everywhere. Right, let's get this sticker used because it's curled up a bit where it's been in my stash for a while. I love these stickers. I'll be sad when the packet's finished. I can't remember where I got them. I want to say somebody sent them to me, but I really can't remember. I'll just try and find them. So yeah, as I say, this will be good for my autumn woodland type projects, which you just know, even if I don't do it this year, it will happen another year because I do keep coming back to these sorts of themes, which is fine. I don't mind. Very cool. I'm liking them. Right, so before I pop that down, as I say, I want to use this washi. This is a nice autumnal washi. Oh, me talking about autumn. We're in spring, Justine. So I just want to tear that. Tear it less straight, actually. Let's just... I'm going to tear backwards so I can get a nice... That's better. Pop that there. That's that. Whoops. Remember, these are only made from paper, Justine. And then I'll pop that piece there. And then we may as well use this piece up here. Just tear that teensy bit off. There you go. That's that. I like using washi in strips like that just because I think it adds a little bit of interest. And then I like to, if I add a piece, I don't like it to look like I'm just covering up like a rip or something, which is what I was doing. I'm not covering up, repairing a rip. But you know, if you're going to add washi, you might as well then just do it in places. So it looks like you sort of intentionally decorated it like that. What do we think? I think I like it there. I just feel like maybe you want something up there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe another label. Anyway, so I hope that it's given you some ideas for a fast, easy way to make a bunch of pockets. And if you use, you know, different kits like what I've done today, they can just go away into your stash for you know, various different projects, rather than just all in the same one project. So then we've got these sunflower ones. So those I'm going to put labels on. That one I'm actually going to keep just as is because those sunflowers are gorgeous and I think that's just all that needs. So with these, I've just got some nice number labels. And they're sort of nice orangey yellow sort of tones. So just find where, there we go. Aren't labels easy? But as I say, these digitals from Mandy are stunning. I can't wait to use this kit, the sunflowers one. I will be doing a project, a very special project using it, so stay tuned for that. Don't ask me when. I need to do the Edith Holden stuff first, really, otherwise I'll end up with unfinished projects again. But yeah, I'm excited to use the sunflower kit. It's actually sunflowers and Labradors, and that's why Mandy's shop is called that, Sunflowers and Doors. Sunflowers and Labradors, two of her favourite things. There we go. Gorgeous, aren't they? Really simple. Right, now for the fun ones. I say fun, they're all fun. But these ones, I'm gonna, so they're from the same digital as the sunflowers, but they're, you know, they haven't got anything on them. They've just got the nice vintagey background. So I was thinking to use birds. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a play with sizes. I say a bit of play with sizes. What am I talking about? I'm looking for birds that will fit. So it's a cross between, that one's fine. Okay, let's go with that one. So let me just pop these out of the way. Don't want to get distracted by different birds. And then I've just got various, so I have a box on my desk full of collage things. So I've got some frames, which I don't know if I'm going to use today. Things like this, postcards, things, labels, just stuff that, you know, can go in the background. Because what I like to do with birds, and whilst I'm talking, I'm just going to remove these pink bits. This is from a kit. It's just like a dyed. Here's a die cut. So yeah, what I like to do with birds is give them something behind them, which is kind of like a frame in a way. That's what I like to do. Is that all of it? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so right, I'm going to go one at a time because otherwise I get myself confused. So you're going to go there. So what shall we have in the background? As I said, I don't want to cover up too much of the background because I really like it. But just to give it something else. So that's a maybe. These postcards are a bit smaller, so let's see about, well, actually, let's try for this. Yeah, I think so. And then with, you guessed it, a label or a word or something. I think that's good for that one, so I think I would have that about there, and you would be somewhere there. Okay, right. Next. So these are bigger birds. So I think I'm going to cut off that hole. I think it's supposed to be some kind of like tag or something, but I'm going to use it just as a bit of collagey paper. So you're going to go there. Where do we want you? Just going to move it slightly. I think I want it more like that. Okay, right, let's try that. So we want some kind of a label with them. Sorry if I'm jogging you, just grabbing these. So I hope that you have gotten some ideas today. I have gotten, oh gosh, how many pockets have I made? I should count them really, because I've been sat here for, in total, I think we're coming up to about an hour and a half. Not on video. the total amount of time I've been sitting here today. But I've made a lot. I should count them. Count them and make myself feel really good about how many I've made. So that's that one. I want a smaller label, I think, so let's try for a number. We can do that, maybe. I feel like maybe it wants something down there. I don't know if it's overkill to have 2 numbers on it. Let's just have a little look. But do you see how easy that was, you know, because of that nice collaged background? So thank you, Mandy. Something like that. Maybe. Oh, I tell you what I could add instead of that. Sorry, I'm getting excited as I remember what I've got on my desk. I've got stamps, postage stamps, and somewhere I bet I have got a brown one. I found a stamp, and whilst I had you on pause, I just glued that one down, so that one's done. I'm liking these very much, and yeah, they haven't taken much at all. Sorry, I should have done the inking whilst I had you on pause, but I'm a forgetful so-and-so. But yeah, that is those. So yeah, I still need to count how many I've done. Like I said, I want to gloat to myself about how quick and easy these have been. And as I say, you know, you don't need to do it with the collaged digitals. Any paper you can just add to the book pages as a background. Scans of your own masterboards, that would work. Obviously if the stuff is copyright free, but you could do that kind of a thing. Tea-dyed paper with some like book page or book text. As I said, you could do illustrations. Scrapbooking paper, it could be, I did a few where I just had scraps from scrapbooking paper left over, so they just became backgrounds for me to decorate up and collage up properly, you know, when I come to use them. All different things, but yeah, I fancied working with these pretty collage papers today. Sorry. That's those. Oh, I love it. Really simple, as I say. So there you are. That's that one. So we've got a couple of birds. We've got a couple of sunflowers with the labels and nothing. We've got the sort of autumnal woodland ones. So all those, and then look at this. Look at this pile that are just going to go into stash. I'm going to count them. 10 for my stash, 8 decorated, finished. That's 18 pockets I've just made in about an hour and a half. Well, if that isn't a convincing to say get out your your book pages and your, you know, random papers and things, I don't know what is. So if you do have a go at this tutorial, I'd love to hear. I'd love to know that you've decided to give this a go. I really hope that it's inspired you or given you some ideas or just reminded you about something that you can do. As for me, I'm very, very happy that I've sat here and done this today, because a whole horde of beautiful pockets and even more for my stash. And yeah, I hope that I've inspired somebody to give it a go. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I shall speak to you very, very soon. Bye bye for now.